Are you a patient of a telehealth company like BetterHelp or frickin' Done Ahead? Well, you might not be very soon. Well, guess what, boys? The telehealth startup Done CEO and clinical president arrested and charged with fraud. What? For what? $100 million fraud scheme? What the hell? What is this all about? These defendants exploited the COVID-19 pandemic to develop and carry out $100 million scheme to defraud taxpayers and provide easy access to Adderall and other stimulants for no legitimate medical purpose. Well, boys, I think that means that trouble is headed anyone's way who has a ADHD diagnosis, bud. The individuals charged broke the first rule of medical care: do not harm in order to maximize profits. That's the first rule. Dude, that's so funny. Do no harm is one of the axioms of, like, medical care people. That's so weird because, dude, I have a weird experience with Done where I was on Done until, like, 2 days ago, and they actually, my therapist randomly one day just used my social media to diagnose me as paranoid. And I said, what? Why were you looking at my social media? So I think that these people have a lot more problems than this too, you know? I don't know what's going on over there, but yeah, it looks like hasn't there also been that that whole Adderall shortage for like the last few years, like last 2 years or something? Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, doodlers, have you ever seen me, you know how I have that disclaimer at the bottom of my screen that says Cat Dad is a character? That's why I started doing that, is because my therapist, my doctor, literally 2 days after our telehealth meeting, she went and did some extracurricular activities on her own, and she decided to look up my social media, and then she goes, hey, your social media, you know, the comedy show that you perform 4 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 6 p.m. EST on Twitch, CatDad42069. She said, hey, that show, that comedy show that you do, you're actually showing symptoms of paranoia. And I said, I'm sorry, why were you looking at my social media? And also, it's a comedy show. Cat Dad is a paranoid person. It's a character, you goofy ass. So, guys, this is not a joke whatsoever, okay? Here, let's go find the day before I posted this thing. It was episode 31, the Not Corey Show, Cat Dad's character reveal, and meet the Leebies. Look, here, let's check out what I had to say. This was May 23rd, okay?
Children, that's me, Peter, the other altar. KnitWitches. But guess what, guys? That's all a character named Cat Dad. And then this, look, this is a different person. But it's still not even really Corey because he's performing, you know? He's doing a show. Look, it says today it's called the Cat Dad Not Corey Show. But that's because we're having a little problem with goofballs.
Feds.
Hey guys, if
Crooks.
you've never seen a comedy show before,
And guys, look at how highlighty and bad the quality was back in the day here before I got my felt. But now with the felt, there's no highlights. That was when I was using a tablecloth from the dollar store, a plastic tablecloth that was $1. But I upgraded, now I have felt that doesn't have highlights, which is great.
if you've never watched TV in your life, I just want everyone to be clear because it seems like some of the people who watch the show are a little mentally ill and they can't discern reality from goofball comedy show. You would think that the tip-off would be the hat and the ears, the homemade cat hat, but some people need extra hand-holding, you know? Just calm down. I know everyone's so worried about my mental health, but I'm good. Cat Dad, the character, on the other hand, could you get him some help? He's a wackadoodle, and he is ruining my life. Just kidding. No, he's not.
So they got this $100 million fraud scheme, right? And then I get this weird-ass message once after I have my telehealth meeting, that's standard or whatever, and I got a weird feeling from that meeting because she said, hey, how are you? I said, I've been doing great. I've been doing better than ever, honestly. Like, everything's finally fine. Got everything under control. And then she goes, oh, okay. Do you think that the government is watching you? And I laughed and I said, no, why? And I said, do you think the government is watching you? Anyway, after that meeting, she said, okay, well, no need to reinvent the wheel here. We're gonna keep everything normal. And then 2 days later, she messages me this: good evening, American citizen, because this could be to anyone, okay? Hope this note finds you well. I want to preface this note with the fact that I am not discontinuing your medication. I was able to check out and wanted to say, love your show. Did not want her to, did not ask her to look at my fucking social media. I want you to continue to be able to be out here spreading the truth. To do that though, you need to be at your top health and functional status. That being said, I'm a little concerned that you may be experiencing a relatively rare side effect from the meds called paranoia. This side effect is very hard to pick out for yourself. During the interview, I noted clues that you may be suffering from that. I also noted that your wife, who is your emergency contact, if you live with your wife, would you be able to allow me to speak to her about how you've been doing to protect your confidentiality? I would not be sharing the details of your treatment, and I would only be asking her how she has observed you be doing. This is a common practice in psychiatry known as gathering collateral. It's done because sometimes it's hard to notice our own habits and behaviors. The next phase of your treatment plan, I would like to decrease your meds to 2/3 of what you've been on for your whole life, and also speak to your wife briefly as to how you've been doing. So you're not going to talk about my diagnosis, but you want to tell my wife that I'm paranoid? Okay? And am I allowed to say I'm not paranoid? No? Oh, because that would be a sign of paranoia? Huh. Oh man, what a freaking quandary we're in here. And then on top of it, you go, the second question she asks is, do you think the government is watching you? I didn't, lady, until you said that. Why did you say that? So anyway, boys, first off, I want you all to know that, like, a therapist cannot just go and use your social media to diagnose you without your informed, express consent. They have to say, I am going to look at your social media to diagnose you, okay? She did not ask me. Dude, you guys have a hard time finding my accounts. How the f did she find my accounts? The hell? So my question at the time was, this must be Peter Thiel, or, you know, the feds. This is the feds literally using psychiatry and medication to try and control people. So, bro, and I still kind of believe that, but I need to hear from all of you guys. Has everyone gotten kicked off of Done? Because then after this, on the 4th of July, I got a phone call from a lady who said she's from HR and said, oh, I'm sorry to see you go from Done. I said, where am I going? They said, oh, your therapist said that you were leaving. I said, who said I'm leaving? I'm not leaving. And she said, oh, your therapist said that you guys had differences and that you were going somewhere else. I said, no, I don't want to leave. Honestly, I don't even want a different therapist. I want to talk to my therapist, Jessica, and I want her to fucking tell me that she is not going to use people's social media in the future to diagnose them. But she did not do that. She didn't talk to me. She never talked to me about my diagnosis. She never talked to me about leaving. She never talked to me about anything, bro. So then I told the HR lady on Done, and she said, wait, your therapist used your social media to diagnose you? I said, thank you. Yes. Dude, even Perplexity and Synthara, the AIs, they said that's the most unethical shit they've ever heard of, okay? At the time, I was like, it's definitely the feds, it's definitely Peter Thiel, but it could also be this fraud scheme and that my therapist was one of the, like, scam doctors. But the thing is, like, but I'm not a scammer. So if you're just, like, confident in your diagnosis, you know, I'm not the problem here. It seems like Jessica might be, you know? But anyway, so I left it with the HR person on 4th of July that they were going to find me a therapist to fill in that actually cares about my treatment and not abusing me and doing weird stuff and calling me paranoid. Like, I'm sorry, if I wasn't getting my ass blasted on the internet all the time and I wasn't used to it, that would have ruined me. That would have hurt me. And that's, I think, the point. So part of me still thinks it's the feds just trying to control me with medication, like, as if, bro. I will fucking raw dog this and continue blast posting through this, you know. But yeah, if they think that they're going to control me with medication, they're wrong. But also, I want to say, dude, what if I had cancer? Would they withhold my cancer medication from me? Probably, right? Like, these people are willing to do anything. They're capable of anything. So we all need to keep that in mind, right? But anyway, I just wanted to start the conversation. Don't let anyone shame you into silence. let's talk about this. Like, is done kicking everyone off? And, you know, we don't have the news anymore, so we have to do our own news, okay? So I'm starting a thread here talking about done and whether or not they're a criminal organization and whether or not I'm getting scammed by some feds, or if this is all just part of this corrupt ring, okay? And then also, what are you guys doing? Are you just raw dogging life now? I don't know. Maybe meditation will help, but I'll try it, I guess. But I feel like it's not really the most ethical or probably safe thing to just like cut 50,000 people off. Is that what they're gonna do right now? Are they about to cut 50,000 people off of their medication? So anyway, but guys, this is how everything in America is run. This is like, you know, I don't know if they're trying to like overcorrect because they did the opioid crisis or something, and now they're like, oh, we need to get them back on heroin. These drugs make them smart and like, you know, not docile little idiots. It actually makes their neurons fire and their freaking brains work and allow them to put pieces together that normally they just sit there and fucking look at the ground and twiddle with their thumbs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's what this feels like. There's been an Adderall shortage for like 2 years. It feels like this is just the inevitable fucking, you know, they're gonna be like, okay, everyone, back on the opioids. Watch, bro. They'll be like, at least they were fucking docile then. So, but yeah, anyway, dudes, I wrote this freaking email to Dunn, and I haven't heard back for 7 days, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that there will be nothing that they do. They are, in fact, a criminal organization, and yo, if there's a lawsuit, I'm hopping on that. I want on that. And also, I'm gonna write this person up. Who do I talk to? The bar? Like, that was the most unethical shit I've ever heard of. Like, really twisted, man. If I wasn't mentally prepared for all this shit just from, you know, doing this other stuff, man, that would have hurt me. But I'm tough as fucking nails, boy. Fuck you, Jessica. You crook. Anyway, I said, yeah, hey. Then anyway, I was waiting for the frickin' to get put up with a new therapist. And then like a couple nights ago, I got this text that said, oh, thanks for your membership at Dunn. Sorry it didn't work out. But yeah, so then I got this text on the 7th that said, thanks for trying Dunn. While it seems like we may not be ideal fit for your needs, rest assured you won't incur additional charges and your membership is now canceled. If you require help finding other care, feel free to reach out via email at support@Dunn. We'd be glad to provide a referral to you. It's weird. That's the email that I've been emailing and they won't reply back, you know? Did you see that? Look at this part of the email. It's pretty funny. Thanks for your help and understanding, because that's what Jessica wrote to me. She also said, I hope this message finds you well, which I said here too. But at the bottom I said, Corey, not Cat Dad. Cat Dad is a fictional character performed by Corey and not actually Corey himself. And then, yeah, so I just followed up yesterday. I said, hey, just checking in, what's going on? You guys aren't actually following through with kicking me off my membership to protect an unethical therapist, right? Thanks, Corey, not Cat Dad. But I think it's more that Dunn is about to completely collapse, bro. I'm pretty sure, dude. Yeah, telehealth startup Dunn CEO and clinical president arrested, charged with fraud. Okay, so my question now is that, shit, what does everyone do, right? But you guys let me know what you're doing. I guess I'm gonna raw dog it with meditation, right? Go from medication to meditation. Sounds about right. All right, well, hope it's not dangerous to just get cut off. We'll find out. You guys report back, because just so you guys know, we are the reporters now. There aren't actually reporters anymore. so we're gonna have to figure this out ourselves. And on top of it, they're going to suppress the piss out of all of us. Oh yeah, here we go. CDC warns of disruptions to ADHD meds after $100 million fraud arrest. See, dude, what I'm actually thinking is that this is mostly what the point is. Disruptions. Yeah. So anyway, that's fine. I guess since no one will have their medication to be focused and like stay on task, I guess we aren't gonna have to be focused and stay on task anymore, right? Sick. All right, have a good night, guys. We are all on our own, just so you know. The government has completely abandoned all of us. They have allowed every corporation to figure out the slimiest way to steal from us, and they have greased their palms and said, have at 'em, boys. Have at the cows. Have at the cattle. Do what you need. Oh yeah, this is going to make our lives even harder, warns of more stimulant disruptions. Cool. This is what your government does. They say, we are not going to have any foresight in any of this, okay? They're like, we had one facility that made Adderall, and then we let it get so gross that it created like a bubonic plague or something because they didn't clean the machines that made the medication and stuff. So they had to shut that whole facility down to clean it, I guess. And yeah, that's part of why there has already been disruptions. But I feel like this whole thing is mostly to cause the disruption, you know? It's like one CEO says, oh, I'll fall on my sword and get $100 million payout. And then, yeah, we'll take all their medication away so that their lives are made significantly worse and harder. That would be so funny. I think that's probably what they're doing. So anyway, 50,000 patients who rely on Done or similar subscription-based telehealth platforms, plunging into a crisis system already massively strained. So funny. Oh my God. Oh, here it is. Yeah. The DEA failed to act during the opioid crisis, so they're manufacturing a stimulant crisis so they can get a win. That's exactly what's happening, dude. So anyway, guys, like always, we are the people who suffer. Like always, it's our fault. Get back to work. Get back to work, cow. That's what they think of us. Not kidding. This is infuriating. It only makes things harder for those of us with actual diagnosed ADHD to get the meds we need that save our lives. So, yep, it's going to be a lot of people without their medication now, guys. Our government is doing that. That's so funny. They allowed it to get to this point, and then now they're just saying, nope. No plan. It's so funny. No forethought, no thought about anyone and what might happen or how this is going to affect Americans or anything. It's hilarious. America, home of the free and the brave. So anyway, guys, we're all going to have to figure out how to frickin' go from medication to meditation. Honestly, it's probably better for all of us, okay? And then, yeah, then we'll do the Revo, okay? Love you. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. I'll talk to you in 5 minutes. Bye.